craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly await. Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA champion as their guide. Through automation's gate, they boldly stride on this digital wave. Together they glide, with every challenge they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the shadow of the night. Guided by RPA champion, their journey begins in the heart of automation where the future spins. They come from afar, from screens aglow, learners, dreamers, in the code's flow. Each line a step, each script a leap into the unknown, promise they keep. Not just followers, but pioneers they become. With RPA champion, their spirits hum. Together they craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly await. Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA champion as their guide. Through automation's gate, they boldly stride on this digital wave. Together they glide, with every challenge they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the shadow of the night. Guided by RPA champion, their journey begins in the heart of automation where the future spins. They come from afar, from screens aglow, learners, dreamers, in the code's flow. Each line a step, each script a leap into the unknown, promise they keep. Not just followers, but pioneers they become. With RPA champion, their spirits hum. Together they craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly await. Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA champion as their guide. Through automation's gate, they boldly stride on this digital wave. Together they glide, with every challenge they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the shadow of the night. Guided by RPA champion, their journey begins in the heart of automation where the future spins. They come from afar, from screens aglow, learners, dreamers, in the code's flow. Each line a step, each script a leap into the
in a world transformed by digital.
Not just followers, but pioneers they become. With RPA champion, their spirits hum. Together they craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly
Spoons
await.
just for this one part.
Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA champion as their guide. Through automation's gate, they boldly stride on this digital wave. Together they glide, with every challenge they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the shadow of the night. Guided by RPA champion, their journey begins in the heart of automation where the future spins. They come from afar, from screens aglow, learners, dreamers, in the code's flow. Each line a step, each script a leap into the unknown, promise they keep. Not just followers, but pioneers they become. With RPA champion, their spirits hum. Together they craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly await. Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA champion as their guide. Through automation's gate, they boldly stride on this digital wave. Together they glide, with every challenge they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the shadow of the night. Guided by RPA champion, their journey begins in the heart of automation where the future spins. They come from afar, from screens aglow, learners, dreamers, in the code's flow. Each line a step, each script a leap into the unknown, promise they keep. Not just followers, but pioneers they become. With RPA champion, their spirits hum. Together they craft, together they create a new world of efficiency they eagerly await. Heroes of the code, in unity they ride, with RPA challenge, they grow, they learn, facing the future at every turn. From simple tasks to complex designs, in their hands, technology shines. In a world transformed by digital might, heroes arise in the
All right, here we are. Welcome. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be doing something very cool. We're going to be coding with AI. After having spent hundreds of hours coding with AI in different tools like Cursor, for which I'm also paying a pro membership, I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools to code with AI, and that means not code at all, but having the AI do all of the work. Now, after trying many of the different tools, including Cursor and Windsurf and Bolt and Replit and Aider, I find myself working really well with Klein. Klein is a extension that you can get for Visual Studio. You can download it from the extension shop. You just search for Klein and you will find this autonomous coding agent. So after a little bit of configuration and by giving it access to different models, you can really have it work or have it help you save loads and loads of time in coding. So what are we gonna be doing today? Today we're gonna be looking at the EU AI Act. This is super important, and this is super important because any automation or any AI solution that you create or even use has to comply with the EU AI Act if you live in Europe. If you live in the United States or in other countries, there are other regulations. We're going to be looking at the EU AI Act, but most importantly, we're not just going to be looking at the EU AI Act, we're going to be using AI to dissect and back engineer this checklist right here that is used to assess what kind of risk your AI solution poses and what kind of steps you should do in order to mitigate that solution. It doesn't give you the steps that you should do, as in you have to do this and this and this, but it tells you that you have to do a more detailed assessment, you have to comply with certain checklist items, etc., etc. So all of this is summarized in the EU AI Act. However, the first step in the EU AI Act is to check the compliance of the AI solution and understand in what category it falls. What does it mean in what category it falls? So there are different layers of AI solutions for the AI Act, meaning that they can be high risk solutions, medium risk solution, low risk or no risk solutions. So with that checklist, we are going to understand in which category the AI solution that we have is going to fall. So for anybody that is interested in the EU AI Act, I do advise this official website. It's a great way of exploring it in detail, and also it's structured really well so that you can extract all of this information and give it to an AI model. For example, you can use something like Notebook LM from Google and add the AI Act inside of this solution right here, and it's going to give you the ability to in detail get all of the information that is inside of the PDF document. Much better detail than if you were using ChatGPT, Claude, or any other solution that is not dedicated for searching on data inside of especially PDF. Plus, this solution is also going to give you the ability to generate a audio overview of your document, which is a really fun thing, and a couple of other functionalities that are also really fun. But anyways, let's not get sidetracked too much. Our idea today is to build a checklist. So let's go back to our checklist. Idea is to build this in the shortest amount of time. So I want to replicate this functionality that is already on the EU AI Act. I just want to bring it inside of a larger application. So for everybody that is a disbeliever that says that yeah, it's great for working on small projects and when you don't have a lot of code, and when the AI can work kind of out of the box on a blank sheet. Well, we are going to try to implement this in a pretty complex application that has thousands of lines of code. This is the tool that we're going to be using. We are going to be inserting this functionality inside of this page right here. So this tool is, the objective of this tool is to understand if your AI solution that you're building is going to give you any ROI. And the next functionality that we're going to insert is the ability for your solution to do this checklist, that we see from the EU AI Act. But first, we have to give the right instructions to our autonomous agent. Remember, the idea here is not to code a line of code. I'm going to be experimenting with different models and different prompts and see what works the best. I'm going to be using Klein. Klein is connected currently to Anthropic. I, at the same time, also will be trying out, where is it? We'll be trying OpenAI 03 Mini as well. However, it is pretty limited in quite a lot of things. The price for 1 million tokens is this. Let's just check out currently the best model. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. The Anthropic Claude Sonnet 3.5. This is currently the best model for coding. We can also use DeepSeek via OpenRoute. I don't think they have integrated it yet, so via OpenRoute, which is a provider of LLM models, we can also use DeepSeek. We're going to be trying all of this. We're going to try with the one that I think might work the best, and then we're going to try using 03 or DeepSeek or another model and see what kind of results we have. So let's start. So a couple of tips when working with agentic AI or AI solutions. You have to know what you are asking it, and you have to know its capabilities and kind of the code that it produces. Now, I spent over 100 hours also in just this tool working on it and understanding how it produces code and how you should talk to it, what it understands, and so on. So getting back to our checklist, what we want to do is we want to give it a simple way of understanding how to structure all of this. So this is pretty kind of not straightforward. When you click on one thing, another thing appears. When you click on another thing, so there is quite a bit of rules to all of this that make it not so straightforward. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to extract the code of this, give the code to the AI and ask it to backward engineer it and then to insert it directly inside of our code as a separate functionality. Now, all of this we can, shouldn't take more than 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour, while in a traditional development scenario, this would have taken much more time. So let's see how is this structured. So we have all of this information. So let's try to see where can we find, for example, something like this, modifying we're going to copy and paste this, and then we're going to see the source code of this. We're going to search for this and see where it is. So it seems to be down here at the bottom, seems to be a bunch of code with, I guess, all of that information that is written inside of it. So these 3 lines, I think we should get. So I think it's from right here to right here. We are going to use, maybe we could use ChatGPT to maybe clarify this and give a little bit of more clarity. So let's use the new version of ChatGPT. Let's use this one, great for coding and logic. Let's see if it's actually going to be great for coding and logic. Can you explain the logic of this code if I were to backward engineer it. So the objective of this is to give it then to the other AI and have it follow the steps from this to build us what we want. Let's see if this gave an error or if it's too long. No, it's actually looks like it's working. This is one of the first times I'm trying the 03 Mini High. I haven't been impressed with the O1 models or the any ChatGPT models for codings for the past 7-8 months, more or less. So are we done? So let's see. This is an execute block. All right. So this is I would like to have a structured question and answer flow and logic extracted from this. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to extract the logic and the questions from this text. So here I don't really see that, so let's try to ask it again. Then once we have that, we're going to go back to Klein and ask it those questions. And by the way, I wanted to say thank you to everybody that is watching my channel. We are approaching 10,000 subscribers. It is super great. I thought that it would never be possible on such a niche topics like what we do on my channel, automation with low code, no code, no code technologies that are basically open to anybody that is interested in this. And this kind of technologies are getting more and more interest from people, and as automation is increasing, so is the interest in these topics. So you should keep on learning this stuff as much as you can, because it's going to give you a competitive edge in the short term. All right, so what do we have here? Overall structure, groups, section fields, metadata, conditional logic, example, Q&A, flow, and group structure. Group one, group one page version, text editor. What is this? Answer question, provided follow-up message, group system modifications. I think this could potentially work. All right. Let's then copy all of this information and let's give it to our agentic AI solution. So we're going to take this. And remember, when talking with AI, it's important to talk in a most natural way without trying to make mistakes. So I am trying to build a new functionality on the process detail page. The functionality should be linked to the process. We also have to tell it that it should create a new database schema for it. Should be linked to the process. I am trying, I want to give users the ability to do a EU AI checklist assessment and understand if the solution they want to use or build is compliant, related to the process. here is the back engineer checklist from the EU website I want to integrate. So we're going to also enable this functionality right here to plan the action, not just to execute it. So this is going to analyze our assessment, and our quote asks us some question, our prompt, I mean, asks us some questions, and from that it's going to suggest if we want to discuss it further or we want it to act. We could also set this auto approve on. Sometimes I use it, but right now we're going to just take it maybe step by step. So it has to read a couple of things. So we're going to give it the ability to read the different files that it needs. So this is another great thing about Client, is that you don't have to give it your code base. It has already access to all of your code base, and this is a huge code base. I mean, it's not a huge code base, but it's a really big code base. There's lots of different files, there's different directories. It's a Django application. So yeah, it's not a simple MVP demo. This is already also hosted live. There's different developers working on this project, and so on and so on. So let's approve this. Also, let's check if there is any questions. If anybody has any questions, feel free to send them over. I would love to answer any questions that you might have. So, all right, going on with this, we can see that it has analyzed what it has to do. We are going to just add auto approve and just act on it. So another tip when using agentic coding is to initialize a GitHub repo. A GitHub repo is very useful to have because it's going to allow you to go back in the code and undo any potential modifications. So right now I don't want to be clicking continue or checking what the AI is going to be doing. Based on the plan that it has provided, it seems that it is quite in line with what I have asked it to do. So I'm gonna let it do its things, and then afterwards we're going to debug it together, fine-tune it, add other things, and so forth. I figured that as these AIs get better and better, this was not really an option maybe a month ago, but as the AI solutions get better and better, we find ways of working with these AI solutions that make us more productive, and therefore being more productive and working faster and building these solutions much faster. So previously I would have not enabled a auto approve functionality, but yeah, as I was saying, as these models get better and better, the auto approve functionality is fine as long as you are kind of doing it the right way, meaning you make sure you insert the right instructions, give it the right context, follow to a certain extent what it is doing, even though it's obviously you cannot follow the code, all of the code that it's doing, but you can get kind of an idea of the different things that it does with the different files, like right now what it is doing, why is it doing it. So you have to know a little bit also about the technology that you are using. In this example we are using Django, and yeah, with this we know what it is kind of doing. It's doing make migrations. It created a couple of new fields, so to store the data from the AI compliance questionnaire, compliance questions, compliant assessment, compliant responses. Yeah, it's going to be a surprise kind of what it's going to build, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to be something that we can use, that we can definitely use and have as a functionality. So let's see what it's trying to do right now. Is creating a initialize file so that it can initialize these views that it has just created. It is also keeping all of the files separate, so it has seen that the structure currently right now is like this, so it's maintaining the same structure. So hopefully here it is not going to miss any. Looks fine. And if you haven't worked with Django, Django is a Python framework. It's a Python framework for creating scalable web applications. It's really easy and great to use. Also, it's very well documented, and the AI knows very well how to code with it. Plus, on top of that, you can run all of the Python code that you want, because this is a Python web framework. Has a bunch of different libraries, so you don't have to think about like user login, different security issues, serving your files to the server, etc, etc, etc. All of that stuff is integrated. You just focus on structuring your applications, building your functionalities, your code, your core of the application, and pretty much everything else is managed by the framework. So we are now creating the compliance result page, the compliance assessment it has created. I'm sure it's also, I guess, yes, it's maintaining the style of my page or of the other pages. So we're going to check it out later and see if it has actually maintained the style, if it's in line with the other pages, and that's pretty much it. So process detail HTML. So I guess in the process detail, it's going to add some links somewhere to this page. So if we go to the process detail page, this is the process detail page. I guess it's autonomously going to add some information here. So if you know exactly what you want and how you want your page to look like, once you are kind of running your initial prompt in the beginning, you should write the, so it has added it right here. You should write the prompt with as much detail as you want in order for the solution to follow your instructions. Alternatively, you also disable auto approve, and you go step by step, giving the instructions that you want on how you want the next things to be. So what do we have here? So here we have the form, I guess, we are creating right now. The questions. And I'm sure that everybody can realize the benefits of this. We have, so far, we haven't written a line of code, but let's wait and see what kind of output are we going to get out of this. So far, we have also spent 0.60 cents on this. I think I have an idea of what it has done, so maybe this was not the smartest idea to let it do its own thing. So let's go in the URLs right here. So home, no, it's fine, it's some other issue. So let's interrupt this. So in theory, it says that it's finished. So let's see if it's actually like that. Let's give it this error right here. Let's disable now auto approve. And let's see what it's going to tell us for this error right here. So let's stop our server with Control-C and then try to run our server once again and see if we have the same error as previously. Yeah, so we have this process assessment URLs line 6, so it's missing. Yeah, there is an issue with the name right here. So yeah, let's see, let's have it fix it. It should fix this file right here. So these are the URLs that it added: compliance, compliance save, and results. So we enabled the planning action to have a little bit more reasoning, and now we are going to just use the act again and have it do its thing. Let's start our virtual server, but not in this environment. In here. And let's give it this error once again. We have a few too many of these open, so let's close some of these servers and some of these terminals. So that might be causing also a little bit of confusion for the AI and for also our application that we're running. All right, so home views, home, this was probably the issue. Let's see if that solves it. We're going to give another couple of tries to Anthropic, and if Anthropic is not able to solve our issue, we're going to try to use another model like Claude Sonnet, or we're going to try to use the OpenAI 3.5 or 3, I think 03 new version. Home view as view and name. All right. And in the worst case scenario, if this experiment is a total failure, like I said previously, we can just roll back all of the changes from the Git control just by discarding all of the different changes that we have created. It will be a little bit of a shame because we did use almost $1, and it is having a hard time with the URLs. So let me actually close this and start a new task, and let's try to change model. So let's try to use DeepSeek, and let's give it this error right here. And see what it does. I also think that what happened here? Okay, so I think an issue might be right here also. So what if we do this? I know I promised that we're not gonna code a line of code, but let's just give it a try. And see if this is going to solve our issue. Compliance views, compliance, oh my god, this code in here. This should be fine. This should be fine. in here, just like this. Name views is not defined, so how about we go like this. And let's see what this model is doing in the meantime. All right, so let's give a try to DeepSeek chat. So we have different models also that we can select. We can select the DeepSeek Reasoner, which actually I think is the R1 version, while the DeepSeek chat is just the 4.0 equivalent version. So I think we should switch to the Reasoner. We can also see the output price per million tokens is more expensive, but let's give it a try and see what happens. Now recently DeepSeek has become really slow in replying, since it has gained all of this popularity, and since it's has been blocked also by different countries. Like in Italy where we live, it is blocked. We are using a VPN right now so that we can have access to different tools. This is taking a little bit too long, so let's try a different approach. Instead of using DeepSeek, we're gonna use OpenAI. Let's use OpenAI GPT-03 Mini. Let's give this a try. Let's cancel our task in Klein and let's resume it. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them down in the chat down below. So the EU AI Act, everybody has to be compliant with the EU AI Act starting already in 2025, and all of the articles are going to be implemented by 2027. So what we are doing right now, we're trying to build this checklist. We're going to integrate it inside of one of these applications that we have right here. So right here we have the agentic tools that are trying to perform the task that we have asked it. We see that it has access to all of this information. So so we're having some issues with this. Anyways, we are going to end the stream for today for part 1. We're going to continue with this either later today in the afternoon or tomorrow. Alternatively, we can also do some AI automations. However, I want to do many more streams. I have received many different requests on the Discord server to do different kinds of things, automations that you guys are asking for. So instead of making videos, I want to do a lot more streams and engage with the community much more. So if you have questions, requests, join the Discord server, drop your request there and let me know what kind of automation we should be building next. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next live stream or in the next video.